Well, good morning. My name is Bill Southern, and you're at Nugget Shooter Journals. I'm out today with the new Gold Monster 2000, and I've hooked up a Bluetooth system to it, and we're going to play around with that some. It works great. I'll show it to you here in a second when I get out there, but today we got a special guest with us, well, two of them. We got that special guest, Nugget Shooterette, and we got Bruno, who I sometimes call Bob.
And all kinds of names.
Anyway, we're going to putter around with this 2000, and she's going to go hunt with her 6000, and we don't have very long today, so we're going to be out here a couple hours puttering around, hoping to get a little nugget or two. Like always, I'll be back. Alrighty, here's my system. I've got a transmitter receiver for Bluetooth that I got off Amazon, about 25 bucks. This one works real well. It's ultra low latency, so you don't have that gap between talking and movement and the sound and all that. It drives people nuts. Okay, so if you're going to buy a system for your detector, make sure you get a low latency system, and that'll avoid that problem. This one's set up for 2 headphones because I do a lot of training, so it's nice to be able to let the person wear a headphone and hear what I'm doing as I move along. Okay, and this one works great. Okay, and we're using the 2000 today, and we got a signal right here. It's 01. All to the right. Okay, so I'm going to call this either old lead or a little piece of gold, and I'm going to set this up, dig it up, and we'll have a look. Okay, this is sounding pretty good, so I turned the camera on. You can hear Tammy in the background there. That's no big deal. But anyway, this one's got a nice sharp edge on it. I like that sound. Right here, shoving it around. Okay, we got it. Let's see what we got. Kind of like the sound of that, I do. It's in my hand. I don't see a BB, nor do I see a nugget. One of these two? Okay, it's one of those two little things right there. And we're gonna have to get them clean to see. We'll start with the smaller one. Okay, it's the bigger of the two. So it's either gonna be old lead or gold. And we have old lead. And the older lead sounds better because it's not alloyed. And this machine can tell the difference. And this is coming up in 01. But the newer lead, the alloyed BBs for shotgun pellets, they come up at a 00 and kind of jump around a little bit, and I can be pretty sure. But I get a signal like that, I dig it. Anyway, first trash of the day. These round the neck headphones right here, and those go along with my wireless really well. And I just dropped my machine, so anyway, I just thought I'd show you the headphones I'm using. Now I'm hunting in Auto 2 simply because that's Mine Lab's suggested starting point, and this ground here is pretty rough. What I really like about this machine is it doesn't blank on bad targets. I've learned over the years that when something blanks on a bad target, I mean, that's okay for corn and relic hunting, but when you're out gold hunting, the ground's totally different than what you're corn and relic hunting in most cases. A lot of mineralization, a lot of hot rocks and stuff like that. I like to be able to see what the machine is rejecting. And with this machine, you can do that. Now, here's a piece of basalt, okay? Watch the signal. "16, 17, 18, all to the left." Okay, I already know that's trash and a hot rock, so I just kick it out of the way. Check the spot where it was and move on. Nothing more to it than that. And like I said, the machine's got different settings for types of ground. Right now we're in the hard ground setting, and it's running on what would normally be manual 10, but we're in auto. See, we're gonna go back up in auto 2, and the machine tells you what setting it would be hunting in if you're in manual, which is kind of cool. So if it's not getting up past 6 or 7 on one of the lower settings, you might want to try the higher setting here with a rougher ground, and you'll find you're getting a little better sensitivity, I guess you'd say. I'm liking this machine. That's all I know. Okay, I'm not going to pretend to understand how it does what it does, but it sure does it well. And normally there's a lot more hot rocks here for a VLF, and this one only hears probably a third of the hot rocks that the Gold Monster 1000 does, which I find interesting. So anyway, we're going to keep puttering around in here. I'm learning more as I go. I've been using the machine now quite a bit and found quite a bit of gold with it. So I'm actually walking away from targets, which still blows my mind. So anyway, my friends, we're going to keep at it and try to get a piece of gold here. Now this one is saying 00. Watch. I just dug it out of that spot right there. And it's going back and forth a little bit. Okay, and we're going to dig that up, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty darn sure that's a shotgun pellet, a later one that's alloyed. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay. Where'd it go? Right in here. Now, if you get a transmitter receiver that's not low latency, you have a hard time finding targets because it'll tell you the target's not where it was, and it makes for some aggravation. Okay, we're going with modern BB on this. The fact that this machine can tell me that just blows my mind. I say it a lot about this machine, but in my hand, there it is right there. Told you. Yeah, it can tell the difference between these and a small piece of gold, simply because it gives you that funny little warbly sound. Similar to gold, but not quite. Similar to old lead, but not quite. But it always comes up a 00 and jumps around. Almost always. I'm going to say always, but almost always. Okay? So technically I could walk away from these, but I'm still not confident enough to do it yet. I still dig every now and then just to make sure the machine's correct. And so far it has been. Those little BBs have been just a nightmare for all of us for so many years in places like this where we have a lot of quail and doves. A lot of people hunt here, and other places in Arizona you don't have that problem, but here it's tough, man. They're all over the place. A nice piece of agate there. Anyway, off we go. Okay, I can hardly believe this. See that? See that little tiny fleck? That's coming up in 01, 02. Now I'm going to get it wet. Guess what it is? That is a super tiny, super skinny little flake of gold. Barely anything to it. Unbelievable. And you can hear it. That's a good target. Okay, so all you naysayers out there say, well, I don't want to dig all that small stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you something about this small stuff. You get a bunch of it in a jar, and then it becomes an ounce of gold, just like any other gold you put in a jar. Just not as quickly. But in these days, in this age, a lot of these old areas have been hammered, 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 hammered. Now we got a machine you can sort through the trash and get these little bitty pieces and some bigger pieces that people missed. And I don't think I've been out with this machine yet without getting gold. Pretty cool. And you can see, these are tailings, okay? There's my truck over there. Okay, these are all tailings from dry washers. And I'm in a fine tailings pile. So whoever was dry washing here missed that little tiny, tiny speck of gold. And I got it with the Gold Monster 2000. Yeah, you know, you got to have this one in your toolbox, I think, along with your pulse induction machine, and you're going to be pretty much equipped to do just about anything out here. Anyway, I got to show this to Tammy. She's not going to believe it. All right, this is a 9 all the way to the left. So, it's either a good target next to a hot rock, we're going to move these, or it's a non-ferrous target, or an iron target. I shouldn't say non-ferrous, I meant ferrous. Where'd it go? So, I'm thinking a little piece of iron. Probably what we got here. Get it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, let's have a look. That? No. Tiny, whatever it is. Still in the scoop. Are you kidding me? There it is. Nope. Wow. Little piece of wire. Called it right. Little bitty piece of wire. Right there. See that? Little bitty piece of wire. And once again, the machine was correct. Okay, a solid 01, all to the right. So I'm going to call it either old lead or gold. Definitely not one of the newer BBs. Getting pretty confident, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, we moved it. It's right on the surface. And we got it. You can tell the older lead when you dig it up because usually it's got a white coating on it, oxidation. It's a lighter gray than the darker alloyed pellets. Uh-oh. And this is a shotgun pellet, and it's an old one. Here you go, right there. Now this one's acting like gold. Kind of it's all solid one to the right, but I don't like the sound of it. It's got that BB sound. You can actually tell by the tones on this thing as well, which is really nice. Sounds halfway decent. I'm guessing lead though. I think we got it. Ah, come on. Okay, we got it. Get the dirt off top here. And let's see what we got. Sitting on a branch here. Okay, let's try this. Okay, the signals are still in the scoop. And I think it's gonna be lead. I think I saw it. Yeah. Just didn't sound right. If I'm not sure, I'll dig them. Each time I dig a target with this thing, I learn. I like what I'm learning. Yeah, I think it's in there. Yeah, little bitty flake of lead. Right here. Yep. Little bitty flake of lead right there. Old lead. That's why it sounded funky. Okay, we got a 03 right in here, right under where this critter has dug out under this Palo Verde tree. Probably a coyote after some hapless rodent of some sort. But anyway, this is a solid 03 all to the right. I like that sound. So you're going to be old lead once again, or gold. Sounds good. Okay, it's in the scoop. Okay. I should say too, I'm right here by an old shooting range. People did a lot of shooting here back in the day. Okay, it's in there. And what do we got? Huh? Yep, flake of lead it looks like. Yeah, flake of lead off a bullet. Probably hit a rock or something, peeled it off. Not gold, but I did get one tiny piece today. I'll show you some more about the Bluetooth setup I got from Amazon when I get back to my shop. And I know I've kind of had enough for today. I came to this spot on purpose because it's been hammered so hard. And obviously it has, because I only got that one little super tiny flake. What do you think, Bruno? He's up there kind of hot and tired. All right, I'm back at my shop. And just that one little dink. It was still a fun day. And that wireless system works flawlessly. And 25 bucks, you can't beat it. And I didn't close out there in the desert because I wanted you to be able to see the box. Okay, so there you have it. And this is the one I'm using. And it works quite well. All right, 25 bucks on Amazon all day long. Comes with the wires you'll need. Everything but the headphones. That's up to you. So, my friends, hey, if you're enjoying the videos, stick around. I'll keep doing them. And if you need a metal detector or just some information, check out nuggetshooter.com. That's my website. For now, my friends, Nugget Shooter out.